What's up, people, and welcome back to the channel. This is SJ's Corner. Today, I'm going to be diving into the performance of Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. What he was able to do in terms of keeping his composure and just making the plays that were there to be made, being decisive in that fact, and just getting the W done for his team. He went for 17 of 22 in terms of completions on his attempts, 221 yards, two touchdowns, and one pick. And yeah, a lot of this clips right in this tape is just going to be him, right, realizing a certain situation and what's needed from him from his team, and just going without hesitation. You get and I feel like a lot of situations where certain quarterbacks that are very talented, like a Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, go up against the Chiefs, in certain instances try to do a little bit too much, and it ends up costing them because it leads to mistakes, and the Chiefs end up capitalizing on those mistakes. You get so before I get into this video, do me a favor if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and hit the like button as well. It really helps out the channel. I'm really trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the month. So yeah, if you guys can do that, that would be hugely appreciated. So yeah, let's get right into the video. Right off the jump here, we're going to see Jalen's gun, and we'll have a little bit of a smash/dagger concept going towards the field here. So if you can see, we're going to have a corner coming from number 2, and then we have AJ Brown at the top of the screen is going to run a slant, but he gets jammed. And now the first look of Jalen is obviously towards AJ Brown. Now this is a look that you're going to see later in the game where he gets away with something like this, but it's the read here normally is if you're seeing this corner staying low, then this corner should be wide open, right, towards the sideline. But they do a good job of disguising it, or Jalen Hurts doesn't recognize it immediately. As you can see there, he's looking at AJ Brown, but obviously time runs out in terms of the timing towards the corner, and he gives himself buy some time basically by rolling towards the sideline, right? And obviously we see Devontae Smith doing a good job of giving him a space to throw the ball by coming down off his corner route, and is a good completion there. Even where in that situation, right, he may have been off with his read or where he thinks he should go to the ball, but still finds a way to make a play and not put the ball harm's way. Next play, I have your. It's another situation where he realizes no one is necessarily coming open, and he can feel the rush, right? Look, not open. If you notice here, they have Bolton here spying him. He can feel that as well, right? Plants his foot in the ground. He almost gets stepped on there by the O-line, and he takes off. One of the boring rhetoric that was going into the Super Bowl that the Chiefs were gonna be favorites going into it, which I understand to a certain degree, but they made it seem like the Eagles didn't have necessarily like the talent, or they were a talented team, but Jalen Hurts was going to be a hindrance. This guy is very, very talented. He might not be your cup of tea, but this is a dude that squats 600 pounds and is very, very athletic for his size. So you can see even normal linebackers or decent linebackers can't necessarily keep up with him. And he has a decent arm on him. Here's one of the throws. This ends up getting called back for a PI on AJ Brown. But look at the touch he throws this ball with. He always, like if you play basketball, they always say when you shoot the ball and you on your release, you always hold and you flick that finger on the release. This is one thing you're always gonna notice with him on the deep ball. He's always gonna hold it through, so it's always leathered with touch, and bam, right there. And this has been a reoccurring theme from it. He doesn't miss on his D balls, so he will kill you, especially if you're overcommitted and stopping, Saquon Barkley and leaving the deep end light in terms of coverage. So here, this is where I'm talking about it got him in trouble. You're gonna notice again, AJ Brown is gonna be getting pressed down here, and then you're gonna see this wide open gap here to hit this corner route. And this is what he's gonna see. This is the second time of him seeing this type of look. So he's gonna premeditate, and for whatever reason here, AJ gets jammed, but you can see the corner as soon as he jams in. So it's almost like cover two. He gets his eyes not towards Jalen Hurts, and Jaden doesn't see this, right? So either Jalen just kind of predetermines, and he almost gets him in trouble, right? They get lucky here. They call late hit to the head, which I don't think it was. It's pretty soft call, but that's one that he got away with for sure. Here, another leathered pass here on the deep ball. It's actually a really good release from the receiver here, John Dotson. And a see off the jump, gets to this point, engages, looks like he's gonna stop on a like a hook route or a sit route, and then goes, right? And it's an easy completion. Perfect. Right? Now here's an interesting play. Tush push, right? We always call this like a hack for them. But why I put this play in, because you're going to be like, oh, he's a quarterback, is because of what the Buffalo Bills did the week before, where they repeatedly try to put Josh Allen in the QB sneak situation, and then they had their receivers. So you can see here with the Eagles, right? All your receivers are tight, right? You can see A.J. Brown tight to the line of scrimmage. You can see they put in another tight end back here. And most importantly, they have two guys, right, pushing Jalen Hurts behind. The Bills basically just had one undersized running back, right? And basically Josh Allen wasn't really in, like his pad level wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? And they lost the game just because they couldn't complete a 4th and inches play on a QB sneak. And the details matter, man. Like, if you're going to copy the tush push, at least do it right. And people can say, yeah, it's boring, like, oh, it's a hack. But the Bills couldn't do it a week before, right? And it's supposed to be an easy play to replicate. So why aren't you doing it? So it just shows, again, certain people go up against the Chiefs and they just forget all the basics and fundamentals for whatever reason. So this play, Spagnola, right? He likes showing a lot of this guy's blitzes, this guy's coverage. So you can just see the activity here of this nickel corner, if you want to call him nickel DB, moving back and forth. The the linebacker is low as well. So Jalen has to realize, okay, who's the soft coverage on, right? This guy is low all the way here. I got Devontae Smith on this option route. This is a long way for this linebacker to make up. So I'm just gonna give him this ball quick and easy, right? Just gonna get rid of this. And it's a completion. This was like a 3rd down, right? Right? Keeps the drive going. Right? So this is what I'm saying. To beat the Chiefs, you just have to not beat yourself. Make the easy plays that are there and don't overcomplicate it. And that's what Jalen Hurts was really good at that day. Here's a simple QB draw. Again, right? He's the hammer, not the nail, right? So this is the play, right? Like, they got him, right? So if you watch the Chiefs defense a lot, you notice as soon as you start threatening them, getting to the top of the red zone, they're always going to bring a blitz. So here it is. I mean, it's a really good call. Again, A.J. Brown's impressed right here at the bottom of the screen. They're going to send the corner blitz. And this guy, right, it looks like, oh, A.J. Brown's getting doubled. So maybe at the start he doesn't think he has this. But then they send the corner blitz and this guy goes into man coverage, right? So it's a really good call. And he gets fooled by it. I don't think the O-line does him any favors here. So there's a free guy here in this fade. Like, he sees it late. You can see his head is not quite where it needs to be. And yeah, right? Got fooled on this one. Probably on this one, maybe just throw it away. If he had more arm on it, then it could have gotten to A.J. Brown. But you can see, right? Like, O-line doesn't necessarily pick that up well. It's a good call by the defense. They got burns, But now where do you go from this? Being able to recollect yourself and don't make the same mistake again, because they're going to send more blitzes. So here it is again. Protection breaks down. But he's able to get away from it. Just take what they give you. I'm not doing too much. And this is what kills me when Cam Newton goes off. Let me just pause for a second. Cam Newton was like, the Eagles are not favored against the Chiefs. They're going to beat them regardless. Jalen Hurts is not that type of guy. He's a game manager. Oh, bro, if game manager is going to get me to win the Super Bowl, I'm going to take that. But this is the second time he's outplayed Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. So what do we say to that? You know, Cam Newton was the Super Bowl himself. He didn't play well as Jalen Hurts. Now, granted, his team wasn't as good as Jalen Hurts' team right now. But what about the team Jalen Hurts took to the Super Bowl 2 years prior? You know, he balled out in that Super Bowl as well. Here's another throw, right? Back shoulder. They got a little bit out and up concept here to the boundary. Corner is kind of leaning. Sorry, kind of has AJ Brown capped. So where are we gonna throw this ball back shoulder, right? And it's a great throw. This is easy peasy. And you know, AJ Brown's a big body against McDuffie. Like he probably at least has 15 to 20 pounds on him. So like literally, put the ball towards the sideline, and he's gonna come up with that easily. You know, so that's what he's using the tools in his toolbox. And how can you use that against the man? You know, here's another play. No one's open. I'm sticking my foot in the ground. He's trying to get out. Actually, this is a bad play, actually. So this is where I got a little bit concerned because we saw Lamar Jackson against the Buffalo Bills when he started scrambling a little bit, right? Two hands of the ball, two hands of the ball. Now you want to go. And now two hands of the ball. And then he exposed it here. I got a little nervous. Like, I didn't like to see this, right? Let's just, take the sack and we move on. But, we got away with it. Thank God. He held on to the ball. That was good. Next play. Oh, this is a great throw. So now, again, you can see the Chiefs blitzers are getting home a little bit. And he's able to take this free man Chris Jones in his face, and he's able to hit his target on the money. Like, this is a hard play to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though the receiver's wide open, still throwing with Chris Jones in your face is impressive. And this is another one, right? You can see the blitzes. They're coming because, at this point, I think the Eagles were threatening to run the score up. Sorry. The Eagles are threatening to run the score up, and you can see sending, 7-man? It's cover 0, basically. And a little bit of miscommunication here because, this ball should be going here towards the sideline. But I don't know. Is this supposed to be throwing a slant, maybe? And AJ called an audible. So one of the things we'll never know. But right after this, right, you can see where they pick up the ball. This is where Mahomes throws his pick. And it's an easy drag route over there to AJ Brown. He'll take this, like stealing candy from a baby. How can I complain? I can't. You get me? Next play. Again, so this is where he's learning his lesson, obviously. He's killing them on his legs. I think he had at least 70 yards rushing himself, right? Sending the blitz, no problem. I don't see no one open. I feel the rush. Yeah, I'm just going to take off. And your linebackers can't catch up to me. They're struggling. He has 72 yards rushing, 11 attempts, right? He gets whatever he wants with his defense, right? So another rush. He doesn't like what he's seen on the play action. I think it's a play action boot regardless. Buys himself some time. Completion, right? It's just the easy plays. Nothing here looking crazy except him just making the play that has to be made, right? And when you have a more talented team, that's all you need to do. You don't need to do anything crazy. Here we go again. Another one. Like he's felt that. It's like, you're going to blitz me, now I'm just going to gash you down the middle. Right? He sees the eyes of the defenders going out. He makes up his mind quickly. Right? Look, they're worried about Saquon as well. Look at this lane, bro. I can drive a Mack truck through that. He's going to kill you. And they said, oh, if we let Jalen Hurts be the one that has to beat us, then we'll be okay. Well, he killed you. Accounted for over 300 yards on how many touchdowns by himself. Right? Another play, him making out the pocket because they were so focused on stopping Saquon, which they did to an extent, but underestimating how much Jalen can kill you. Damn. Look. Right? No one open. Buys himself some time. I think you could throw this ball a little bit more towards the end zone to make this a touchdown, but it's still a difficult throw. Right? Saquon helps him out, makes it a really good catch. We'll take those. But, look, they can't keep up to him when he breaks the pocket or gets basically into positive net gain in terms of rushing. Like, it's hard. Like, he's a really athletic guy. This guy scored 600 pounds. Like he is a power lifter competitively down here in high school. You get, and here's the play that kills it all, right? They make a stop on defense. Play action. Look at the bodies, right? The Chiefs are desperate. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, right? No safety at all. All right, and I talked about this in my previous video. Like if we're gonna see this look, I expected AJ Brown to eat, and they still, I believe they still doubled AJ on this. Where did safety come from? I didn't even see him. It was camouflage. There's one right there. Okay, but to the strong side, there's absolutely nobody. Right, so they leaving help on AJ Brown. We can see that. Right, so AJ Brown got two people on him, and Devontae Smith, all he just does is just run straight. All right. So it's like, what would you rather, man? Like, the fact that they thought that Jalen Hurts would not be able to beat them, or people thought that that would not be the case, it's kind of crazy, especially when you have two good receivers. It's tough. Like, you can't stop this, right? Here's another play, breaking the pocket again. And watch the speed outrunning Bolton towards the edge. He couldn't keep up with him. Oh, no, that's the DN, sorry. But he's not like a one-way type of quarterback where everything's in front of you and, oh, yeah, he's not athletic, and that's okay. Right? He didn't have to do anything much to beat the Chiefs except making the plays that had to be made. And maybe that should be a bigger indictment of the Chiefs and how much they must have underestimated this guy. You get what I'm saying? Because it was easy. Like, obviously, Jalen, the Eagles have a good O-line as well, and they have a good team. And that's what you're supposed to do. What is it? Are we going to punish the guy for having a good team? Maybe your GM should make a better roster, you get what I'm saying? But he made the plays, and it's not the first time he's done it, right? When he had to do it. Like I said, the other Super Bowl, he accounted for over almost 400 yards of offense and like 2, 3 touchdowns, and he's done it again. So say what you may about this guy, but he knows how to win games. And that's the most important stat in football. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, do me a favor. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. Leave a like, share as well to anyone that would enjoy it as well. And most importantly, subscribe, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.